All right, let's do this, man. Let's switch gears. I'm going to save the what to do in Green Bay on draft weekend for tomorrow. Okay, so we'll keep that in the hopper. But let's talk about Chad Reuter and his latest mock draft real quick, and then we'll do our Javon Bullard autograph card giveaway. It's one of the perks of being in the Patreon group as well, guys, is we're going to give away autograph memorabilia, really cool items throughout the year. We probably be doing a giveaway for the next 4 straight weeks every Saturday. This week it's an autograph rookie Javon Bullard card. So make sure if you want to get yourself entered into the next giveaway, you're a member there on Patreon. But Chad Reuter of NFL.com, here was his latest mock draft, all right? Let's just dive into it. With the first pick, he has the Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward. With the second pick, Travis Hunter going to Cleveland. Obviously, cornerback / wide receiver out of Colorado. With the third pick, the Giants are going to take Shedeur Sanders, quarterback out of Colorado. With the fourth pick, the Patriots take edge defender Abdul Carter, and rounding out the top 5, Mason Graham, defensive lineman from Michigan, going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Does anything catch you guys off guard there in that top 5? In terms of this mock draft from Chad Reuter of NFL.com.
Poor Shedeur, you are a giant.
I was gonna say, yeah, or the fact that the Browns just are content with never having a quarterback and the rest of their history. But
yeah, and it's funny too. Todd McShay actually put a tweet out earlier. I had a note here to mention it. If I had to sum things up in just a couple of sentences talking about the Colorado Pro Day, zero bearing on where Shedeur is drafted, but I was expecting more of a shut the F up about my arm strength showcase today. So it sounds like he didn't really show that arm off that much in terms of the arm strength, because that's a big knock on him. It's like 90% of their offense was screen passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important not to be a box score dweller or a PFF grade dweller, because it's like until you watch the tape and see exactly what kind of throws, what kind of plays there were, you look at his completion percentage and go, damn, that's through the roof. Yeah, he was throwing it 3 yards. So
let me pose a question to you guys real quick. If Shedeur Sanders' daddy ain't Dion, are we talking about him anywhere near the same level that he's at right now?
I think he's still a first-round pick.
Yeah, I don't think we would be talking about him, but not because it's his daddy. It's because his daddy got him the opportunity. Now, I think he's maximized that opportunity. That makes sense. I don't know if he would have ever ended up at Colorado and had all that limelight on them for scouts to see, hey, this Shedeur Sanders kid's a real deal. I could see it being something that, him being in another school, a little less out of the limelight. So, yeah, again, I don't think he's ranked that high because Dion's his dad, but I do think he's ranked that high because he's been showcased so much because Dion's his dad, if that makes sense. I think he's done it on the field, but like Greg Cosell says, man, you got to really sit back and go, okay, boys, you can't throw screen passes every play in the NFL. You better be able to drive the ball down the field. And that's what Todd McShay was saying. He said the other thing he learned today, too, it was a nice reminder 3 weeks out that Travis Hunter is just in a different class of athlete than everybody, in all caps, else. More here. And he's got an article on it. So he's saying Travis Hunter is
the number one prospect
up here when it comes to athleticism to everyone else. So, all right, let's go in from pick 6 through 10. We got – go ahead, Jacob. You got something, man?
No, I hate sounding like a, whatever kind of guy, but I watched Travis Hunter run his wide receiver routes, and I was just like, okay. It didn't impress me really at all. Like, he looked very over dramatic with his movements. When I watched it, I was like, this almost looks like a Key and Peele skit. Like, it was kind of almost too much.
So, in other words, we know why he's going into the draft as a corner then.
Yeah.
But also, boy, I bet many of those DBs last year with the numbers he put up felt like they were in the Keenan Peele spit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my God.
Do we trade up for him and just go get him? Then we get a corner and a receiver, 2-for-1 deal, Clay?
There you go.
Look at
sir. No, sir. Let's see. Hardy the Prophet with a super chat. Thank you, buddy. Valentine's success equals Jeff Hafley, DB Whisper. I agree. I think you give him some top corner talent. That's what sucks about Ja is like, he'll just hang around for a minute, Ja, and kind of get out of your own way. I think Hafley may be able to pull the best out of him. I think we started to see it a little bit last year, but obviously the injuries caught up. So, all right, we'll go rapid fire here. Number 6, we got Ashton Gianti running back out of Boise State, going to the Raiders. I like that pick for the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Ashton Gianti would look absolutely sick in that silver and black, man.
That's Gruden's buddy too.
Yeah.
Remember he put Gruden up on some of the music the kids listen to nowadays.
started watching tape to it. That was awesome video. Number 7, look at this, boys. Surprise, surprise. We talked about it all off season, and now all of a sudden, closing in on the draft, Jackson Dart, 7th to the New York Jets out of Ole Miss. Number 8, tight end Tyler Warren out of Penn State going to the Carolina Panthers. Number 9, Jalen Walker, edge defender out of Georgia going to the Saints. And then at number 10, boy, I hate it. And Emilio's going to hate it too, but the Chicago Bears get a stud in Armand Membo, offensive tackle out of Missouri. So,
so far, T-Mac's not off the board yet, is he? Oh, there he is.
There he goes.
There he is. Never mind.
In the 11th spot, the 49ers take offensive tackle Will Campbell. 12, the Cowboys take Tet McMillan. That's a Cowboys pick right there. I can see the star on Tet McMillan's helmet for sure, man. Number 13, Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle out of Texas, goes to the Cardinals. 14, the Colts snag Jahad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama. 15, Will Johnson falls all the way to 15, cornerback out of Michigan. He goes to the Atlanta Falcons. And then breaking our heart with the 16th pick, the Dolphins take Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. Shamar Stewart goes number 17 to the Bengals. Emeka Egbuka goes number 18 to the Seattle.
We trade up for Michael Williams?
And the Packers trade up for Michael Williams out of Georgia, number 19.
You know, likey that, Jan.
Nah.
I know this, boys.
And it's not about Williams. It's about the moving up. I don't know.
We will have a much different reaction on the live stream in Green Bay than the people standing next to the stage if they say, there has been a trade. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock. That place will go nuts. And they'll go, we're getting a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And then it's Michael Williams. I love it. So I guess neither of you guys like that pick, right? At 19. Just trading up, right?
It's trading up for Michael Williams. I have it hard to believe that he wouldn't not be there at 23. I mean,
we got him in the 22 spot. So our board suggests if you want him, you're going to have to at least trade up 2 picks.
Is he does he have the emojis?
He's got the Packers
He's got a top 30 visit, right?
The Packers met with him and they did a top 30 visit. Okay. So they met with him through the process and a top 30 visit. PFF had him 302 at his position. Then in 23, he jumped all the way to 105. In 24, he somewhat stabilized. It fell back a little bit to 114. The PFF big board at the end of the college football season, as the smoke cleared at the end of the season, PFF big board said he was the 17th best prospect, which lines up with the Packers taking him here at 19 on a trade up. The consensus big board had Michael Williams in the 11th spot. Daniel Jeremiah has him as the 16th best prospect. Kyle Krabs has him as the 15th best prospect. And Dane Brugler has him as the 16th best prospect. So everything checks out across the board other than the PFF grade. Everything. So.
Well, those don't make sense half the time anyway. So.
I can't. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
So he is a Georgia guy. It does make sense, doesn't it?
It does. Jacob sounds so defeated. So let's round this out real quick. At 20, Colston Loveland goes to the Broncos. 21, Omarion Hampton goes to the Steelers. Donovan Ezaraku goes 22 to the Chargers. 23 is Nick Emenwore to the Bucks. 24, Ariante Ursary out of Minnesota, offensive tackle, goes to the Chiefs. 25th, Derek Harmon to the Texans. So we could have gotten him at 23. Walter Nolan
Eagles.
goes 26 to the Eagles. So this Greg Cosell said Walter Nolan is the Jalen Carter of this draft. And he's going to go to the team that already has Jalen Carter. Imagine that.
Shocking.
And then we'll all be surprised that they're playing in the Super Bowl again. Matthew Golden goes number 27 to the Bills. Jonah Savaniah, interior offensive lineman from Arizona, goes number 28 to the Lions, and it's tagged as rare there. So that's very rare that Jonah Savaniah is mocked to the Lions at 28. Mike Green falls all the way to 29th to the Washington Commanders. Malachi Stark, safety out of Georgia, goes 30 to the Ravens. Azare Thomas goes 31 to the Vikings. And as we mentioned earlier, wide receiver out of Texas, Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden's teammate, goes 32 to the Rams. And that is considered rare here on this. So the top players not included in the first round, look at this. Kenneth Grant, James Pierce Jr.
Those are two shockers right there.
Josh Simmons, Tyler Booker, and Gray Zabel. So basically, rather than trade up to get Michael Williams, we probably could have traded back, picked up an extra third, and got Kenneth Grant or James Pierce.
Or James Pierce, yep.
Or Josh Simmons. I'd be okay with that.
Or stuck in pick and took Walter Nolan.
Yeah, Josh Simmons on our board is actually in the 24 spot. So if you trade back and take him, I'd have no problem with that either. So very, very, very interesting there. I see people were saying that's kind of high for Ursary is what Prince said. Let's see where we got Ursary, because at one point we were real high on him, and I feel like you're right. He has dropped since then. Where are you at, Ursary? Please don't make me search. I'm going to have to search. This ain't good. Let's see here.
I'm definitely surprised by the fact that Kenneth Grant and James Pierce wouldn't have been picked there. Even some of the guys that were picked, I don't know. I'd go as Gray Zabel over Ursary personally.
Yeah, we got Ursary in the 44 spot, so we agree, Prince. Yeah, that's definitely high for Ursary.
Can you scroll back up? Where did Ezraku end up?
I don't think he ended up anywhere.
I thought he got picked.
Yeah, he got drafted. He got drafted.
22.
22. Okay.
That makes sense, actually.
All right.
So that would have been one pick before we picked, right? So
yep.
It looks like, too, that the Vikings were to trade back, which kind of makes sense because I believe they have limited draft picks this year. I keep seeing – I was going to say, I think they have 4 picks. I keep seeing them getting mocked. Nick Emuari. I think that's a really good pick for the Vikings with Harrison Smith. Just absolutely. I don't know how Harrison Smith is still alive. I mean, the guy's just year in and year out, just keeps trotting out there and doing good football. But yeah, man, the Derek Harmon and Walter Nolan duo going 25 and 26, to me, that seems crazy.
Yeah, and Nick Emuari is in the 32 spot on our board. And it was wild because we've got Malachi Starks higher than him.
Yeah.
But Greg Cosell basically said Nick Emuari is the best safety in this draft, in his opinion. So what he said about Walter Nolan being better than Mason Graham, he's basically saying Nick Emuari is better than Starks. So,
and Starks went what, 30th?
He went where did Malachi Starks go? I know he went 30th to the Ravens. That'll be a good pick.
That's a
They'll
good
put
pick.
him right back there with Kyle Hamilton, won't they? And they'll just be studs. That's what will happen. So, all right. Prince in the chat says Chad Reuter had Pierce not going until 60. Boy, if we could get James Pierce Jr. at 54, that would be absolutely awesome. Sign me up. So, all right.